Welcome to this tutorial where we will explain how to use the No Frustration Magic application to play a game of Magic the Gathering. Magic is a game that we love. However, some games can become boring, mainly when you draw either too many lands or too few, and ultimately you can't even play our cards. NFM completely eliminates these frustrating situations without distorting the game, without changing rules or modifying the function of any of the cards.
Take your normal Magic deck, which can be of any format. First, separate all the land cards from your deck, shuffle them, and build your land pile. Then, take the remaining cards, shuffle them, and place them in a second spell pile next to the first. In the app, the top part corresponds to a life counter. Below this are the land and spell counters. It's very important to make sure both counters show the correct number of lands and spells in your deck. In our example, 24 lands and 36 spells. Below these counters are the draw buttons. It's important to note that the app ensures that draws are random, and the probability of drawing a land or spell depends on the proportion of these in your deck. To draw your opening hand, press the Draw 7 button and the app tells you how many cards you'll draw from each pile. Let's assume we draw 7 cards and decide to mulligan. In this case, we can press the Undo button, which reverses our last draw action. Then we must shuffle the land and spell piles and press the Draw 7 button again. The app will tell us what our new hand is. In this case, the app tells us to draw 3 lands and 4 spell cards. Since we mulliganed, we must choose a card and put it on the bottom zone. When it's our turn to draw, we press the Draw 1 button and the app tells us which pile we should draw from. In this case, it's a land. Let's now assume we want to play a Stitcher Supplier. When this creature enters, it asks us to mill 3 cards. From the app's point of view, milling cards is the same as drawing. Therefore, we press the Draw X button and tell the app that we want to draw 3 cards. The app tells us how many cards of each type we're going to draw. In this case, it's a land and 2 spells that, of course, go to our graveyard. It's our turn again. We press the Draw 1 button and the app tells us to draw a card from the land pile. Let's now suppose we want to play a spell that allows us to scry 2. So, we'll draw that many cards. In this case, we say we want to draw 2 cards and the app tells us it's 2 spells. We'll choose to leave one of the spells on top of the library and the second on the bottom. That is, we'll leave it at the end of the bottom zone. Anytime we run out of cards in both piles of our deck, we must start drawing cards from the bottom. If we run out of cards in the bottom zone, we'll lose by decking out. Also, since there's a card on top of our deck, our next draw isn't random. That is, the next time we go to draw, we don't have to press any of the draw buttons on the app, and we'll simply draw that card. Now we'll play Evolving Wilds. This card allows us to sacrifice it to search for a basic land in our deck. We find the land we want and put it into play tapped. Then we must shuffle our library. We shuffle our land pile along with any lands on the top or bottom of the deck. In our example, both are spells, so we finish shuffling our lands and then shuffle our spells in the same way. Finally, it's very important to reflect that we've removed a land from our deck. Therefore, we subtract 1 from the land counter.
Ready! Now you know all you need to play your games of magic with all the fun and zero frustration.